Okay, today we're going to talk about finding credible news sources. In a world full of fake news, we need to give you tools to sift through and find correct information. So you're also not one spreading false or fake information or fake news. This is super important, especially with research projects. And this quarter, you were doing two different research projects. And so we want to make sure that you have the sources to make sure you have the best information to help you. Now, like I said, our essential question, what you need to know by the end of this video is how do we find credible information on the internet? Credible meaning true. Now, let's say you are doing a research project about corn. And you were like, okay, I just need to get some basic information about corn. So you search it up, and the very first website that pops up is this one. Now, it looks like Wikipedia. It's pretty much Wikipedia, but it's called Uncyclopedia. And it says corn. Now, I'm going to read it and be like, okay, sweet, I need something for my paper. All right. Corn is a dangerous fruit that grows on a corn tree. It's a dangerous fruit? Okay, all right. It is arguably the deadliest fruit on earth, but many are unaware and gulp it down each year. The fruit itself comprises the following parts: a hard core made of dense organic material. It is inedible. I have tried. However, dogs regard it as equivalent to meat. Have you ever fed your dog the inside of a corn? No. Also, the author just saying, I have tried it, so it's inedible. That's also their opinion. Also, have you ever heard someone say corn is a dangerous fruit? No. Let me show you something about Wikipedia. If I were to search up Wikipedia. Did you know that anybody can edit a Wikipedia page? So if you search and try and find information, and you wanted, let's say you were searching this, the York City War Memorial, anybody has the ability to change the information. So if you created an account and learned to edit, it says, welcome to Wikipedia. Anybody can edit almost every page, and millions already have. So you have no clue if someone's just decided to be funny and added in information, if it's actually sourced, if it's true. You have no idea. So we never want to see you cite Wikipedia. Don't use that for research projects. We don't know if it's true information. So don't use Wikipedia. Anybody has the power to change it. Okay, so because of that, we need to find actual news sources. Credible news sources. Again, credible means believed, able to be believed, or trustworthy. Is it real? Can we trust it? Now, why is some information on the internet not true? There's a couple different reasons. There's lots of blogs and different things out there, even articles that are meant to persuade you to a certain side. Now, if they were persuading you and had lots of evidence to back it up, then it would be good. It would be persuasive. It was true. If they gave you different sources, if they gave you information about both sides of the argument, you could believe it. But a lot of people are just putting out their opinions or bias, and people are taking it as fact. And that's just not credible. That's not true information. Now, there's also lots of websites that are trying to be funny or satirical, which basically means like a spoof. There was a website that came out a couple of years ago called The Onion, and The Onion purposely took news stories and turned them into being a little bit more ridiculous. But lots of people started to share them as if they were true, as if they were fact, and they were definitely not. Same with hoaxes. They like to try and fool the reader. Those are very real things on the internet that we have to be careful of. So you need to evaluate a source. And evaluate means you're going to carefully examine something to figure out its value. Is it true? You're going to look at the author. You're going to look at the other articles. You're going to look at the actual website name. What's on there? Do they have other pages? You're going to see, are they biased? Meaning, do they favor one side? Are they trying to convince you and make you lean to one side of an argument that's unfair? And how you do that is you also corroborate it. You go to Google and you search, are there other websites talking about what the information you found is? And if not, it's probably not true, which you're going to see in just a minute. So for instance, if you were doing a research project and you're trying to do it on voting age, and you stumble across this website called the Dynamite Daily, and you're like, voting age lowered to 12 in a handful of states. What? So you send this to your friends. You're like, guess what, guys? We can vote. Like, if we move to a different state, we can vote when we're 12. Like, we can vote. Maybe you're 12 right now. Like, we can vote. So you start reading it. It says, after laws passed in several states last week allowing anyone aged 12 or above to vote in a state and local elections, 15 new ballot initiatives appeared connected to pop stars Beyonce and BTS. You're like, Sweet. I'd vote for Beyonce or BTS. So again, you're sharing it to all your friends, you're saying all this stuff. Now you're in the wrong because you don't actually know if this is true. And now you're the one spreading false information. So first we need to corroborate. Okay, we need to corroborate. We need to see if this has been mentioned somewhere else. So you're going to Google it. Voting age lowered to 12 in a handful of states. Well, this one talks about how it's maybe lowering, but nothing about being 12. Okay, voting age has been 21. Okay, just lowering to 16. Okay, that's not 12. Voting age to 16. Again, voting age to 16. Okay, I see nothing about being 12 in a handful of states. Okay, I also look the Dynamite Daily. I've never heard of that, so I'm going to search it. And this website doesn't exist. Maybe that was the only article they ever posted. There's the Daily Dynamite blogspot. Again, blogspots are usually someone's opinion, not an official news site, so you probably don't want to trust that one. This one looks like it's health and fitness. Why would they be talking about voting? I don't think this is a real site. So is it credible? No. You definitely should not believe that a law passed that the voting age lowered to 12. If that was true, that would be all over the news. That's a big deal. So unfortunately, that one's probably not credible. Okay, what about this one though? Let's go back and I'm going to find you the article. Now it says the case for allowing 16-year-olds to vote. All right, well, this is a website called the Vox or Vokes. It's looking pretty official. They have tons of different places you can find them. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You go down, it says the case for allowing 16-year-olds to vote. There's an actual picture of people voting with signs. We can't always trust pictures, but if we start to read it, it says 2 years ago on election night, Oliver York, then a 15-year-old sophomore at Lake Wilmerding, I don't know, a high school in San Francisco, sat at home brooding. More than half of all the San Francisco ballot measures directly affected young people like me, he recalls, but we had no say. York decided to try to change that. Okay, they have links to different propositions that are actually real. Voter turnout, they have percentages. You always want to check these by clicking on them, but I also want to check on the author's name. So I'm going to click him. It's a good sign that we can check the author. You can see he's written a lot for this website. He even has an email. You want to read it in search of Forrest Spence treasure, how one man repopulated a rare butterfly species, San Francisco just offered free college. So it seems like he's giving you the facts. We can also check the actual website, which looks like they're giving the top numbers. Second impeachment of Donald Trump explained. Rep. So a lot of these are like top articles that we've seen a lot. You could even check these ones as well. So based on everything, it is like an official site. They have different sources. The author was credible. It looks like an official news site. Not just looks, but you can corroborate. You can double check all of these that they're posting. So this one is definitely a credible news site. So you want to make sure that to check if it's fake news, questionable, or credible. Is your information making sense? Is the website academic, government, like from the government? Is it from an organization? Is it for your research project? Is it the actual actress's website or the city's website? You have no clear bias. Are they sticking to one side? Are all key points corroborated? Like, can you find it on other websites? That's what you want to check as you go to do your research projects. Now, the main article we linked for you guys is from history.com. That is a very credible source. That is the top site and organization for giving you the correct history on different topics. So if you go to find other information on Google to expand your knowledge, make sure it's credible. Okay? But good luck. You do have a quiz about this. Think about if you shared fake news without checking it, you're now liable. Now you're spreading that fake news around without checking it, and that doesn't help the situation. You want to stop it. You want to make sure you have correct information out there. So the quiz is pretty short. Think about what is the right thing to do with fake news. What do you do with credible news? How do you find credible news? And good luck.